How's it going, everyone? My name is Luxeley, and I am playing Guild Wars 2 on my Revenant. And this is the easy part, questing. Questing. Or in this case, what Guild Wars 2 calls it, tasking. So I am on a task. That mule looks like he's having some problems. Got a lot of... He ain't heavy, he's my mule. That's an old classic rock song. Bonus points for someone who knows who originally sang the song and who originally basically made the song famous. And the band that made the song famous actually rhymes with jolly, which is I'm just having a jolly old time. See, I like hitting up these things, these spike traps, because I can kind of use it, kind of hit them up as I'm still moving. I like to do things while I'm moving, and that's one of the things that I think is very unique and very great about Guild Wars 2, is that you can play pretty much every single profession in the game on the move. Let me know if you like that, or if you like the old school style, which is World of Warcraft style, stand there in quicksand and cast. Let me know your thoughts. Do you like casters that are very mobile? Do you like casters that could stand in hard cast? Now, the theory is if you're standing in hard casting, you're going to do bigger damage, but that's pretty much a theory, and it's not really true anymore either, as I'm putting out some fires. Now, these things, these fires you put out really make the game a lot more immersive. Even just clicking on those traps, and I aided Fort Salma by putting out fires and clicking on traps. And what do I get for it? 1 silver and 24 copper, and some karma points. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, Sergeant Yarborough. Thanks for playing. That's basically what he's saying. Just thanks for playing. Put my hard work, my time, my effort, and I get 1 silver and 24 copper. Discovering Thunder Ridge Camp. This whole neighborhood's been bombed out of existence. As you guys were very, very kind to point out to me some of the lore, which I really wish that there was a better way the lore could be delivered in the game, or even found on any particular websites. So if you guys know any websites, good websites, whether it's somebody's blog or a vlog, or just someone that does very good lore videos, I'd be very interested in checking them out, because what little I do know about the Guild Wars 2 lore, Luxley's having a hard day saying the word L-O-R-E today. We all have one of those days where we just can't say certain words, you know, like words. But if you guys know of any vlogs, any blogs, any video producers out there, any websites that really go into some great detail about the Guild Wars 2 lore, I would really like to know about it. Let me know in the comments. I mean, I could always do a search, but lately, I mean, Google is Luxley's friend. He really is. He's on Luxley's Christmas list, but whoa, I get to see this beautiful underwater thing. Like I said, Google is my friend, but the fact of the matter is, a lot of times, even when I'm looking for things on YouTube, which I'm often doing, the fact is, you run into 10 videos, of which 9 are completely useless. I mean, because people know it's clickbait, and they just make some very generic, stupid video. Like this one, basically. But I'm not trying to falsely advertise anything here, okay? I'm not saying that you're going to learn how to play a Revenant like a pro. I'm not saying anything that this is not. This is just simply a leveling video. This is just simply, maybe you get some tricks, maybe you get some humor, maybe you get some tips. Maybe you pick up the lore, whether you pick it up from me, which I'd ask you guys to give me some ideas of how you could learn more about it without reading books, because Luxley doesn't want to read. Or, you know, you could even look in the comments. I mean, I would say if you are a casual Guild Wars 2 player and you want to learn how to play more Guild Wars 2, you could even look in the comments. There are a few people that are Guild Wars 2 veterans, for some reason, watch these videos, and they provide some very insightful and helpful tips and comments and resources. And you know, it's not the value that I bring to the table 100% of the time, but it's also the value that my audience brings to the table that help enrich the video flavor in the comments, as well as future videos for myself, because I do learn very quickly once I have the info at my fingertips. And I think that there's a I could be wrong, but I think that there's an absence of the lore in Guild Wars 2, as far as in a video form. If it's something I'm unaware of, let me know. I'd be very happy to look at it. But there's also a combination of what somebody does and whether or not they do it well. And I would really like to produce a few lore videos. I really would. So if you guys know of anything, that would be something I'd like to delve into. You see, it's funny, in World of Warcraft, I can't help it, I keep reverting back to World of Warcraft, but when you basically release somebody who's trapped in World of Warcraft, they attack you, like this, you know, oversized lobster is doing right here, but it's not always the case in Guild Wars 2. Usually when you break somebody out of a trap in Guild Wars 2, they're like, thank you very much, if I had some gold, I'd give it to you, but I don't, that kind of thing. But in other games, it's like you release somebody who's trapped, who's basically doomed, and all of a sudden their first thought is, maybe I should attack him. I don't understand that concept. Reality, what a concept. Robin Williams, the late great Robin Williams, that was the name of one of his first comedic albums. Yes, albums, records, you could Google that to find out what those are. But I kind of think one thing that Guild Wars 2, Guild Wars 2 does a lot of things right, but what they do very well is the underwater combat. I'm not a fan of underwater combat, but it's got nothing to do with Guild Wars 2. It's just the fact that everything's hitting you from literally like 6 different dimensions. They're hitting you from the left, from the right, from the front, the back, over you and under you. And then all those diagonal angles between. I mean, they're just basically coming at you. So it's very easy to aggro a lot of different NPCs. And I don't necessarily like that. But if anybody does it right, it's Guild Wars 2. And I might have mentioned this in another video when it comes to underwater combat. Coming soon, I'm not sure exactly when. It could be 2017, it could be 2018. Aquaman the movie. Leave a thumbs up for Aquaman the movie, played by Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones, or Jason Momoa is the name. Very different look on Aquaman. Looks to be a very different take on Aquaman, and I think if I'm sorry, I'm talking Warden Perth. Looks like a bowl of raspberries exploded on his face.
Shadowheart was set up to contain the undead, but holding so many back is a struggle. There's an Asuran crew researching what compels these monsters, but they don't have answers. I can't help but
listen to Sylvari.
We'll never get
I love their voices.
But we can't defend it alone.
If they ever find themselves unemployed, they could definitely get a role as a Bond villain. That's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think about that. It's like, it always makes me wonder who the British will use as villains in their movie. Usually, you ever notice how it's usually Russians in a British film? It's never another Brit. But like if it's an American film, it's usually a Brit who is the bad guy, the Bond villain, so to speak. But in a British film, it's usually the Russians, because they have to have that Russian, oh, everybody needs my help. And all I get is a silver for it. Silver and 24 copper. I'm still going to talk to my foreman about that, or my labor union guy. If I wasn't a union, I'd talk to him, because I think I deserve somebody. Nobody's helping you. They must not like you. That's what it means. Yep. You're not popular among the bandits because nobody's helping you. I don't see anybody helping. I don't see anybody helping. Do you? No, you don't. You don't see anything because you're dead. Thanks for playing. You gonna call for help too? You know, you were standing right there. How come you didn't help your buddy that I just fucked up? I mean, seriously. You were just standing here. You could have helped. You didn't help. Thanks for nothing. Now I'm talking about a lot of things. I lost my train of thought. The guy with the blueberries set me off on James Bond and all this stuff. But that's true, though. If you ever do think about it, in any kind of British movie, the villain is usually a Russian. And what I don't understand is why Romans always speak with a British accent. That's something I don't understand either. They should be talking more like Marlon Brando and The Godfather, you know? That's who they should really be talking like. But no, they talk like British. That's another thing that baffles me. You see, these things keep me up at night. They really do. How come you're not calling for help? You're dead. Thanks for playing. You gonna call for help? That you can take me by yourself, can't you? I like that confidence, but it's not gonna work. No. Another one crying for help. You know why nobody helps them? Because they're only paying like 1 silver and 24 copper. That's why nobody helps them. I don't even think they're paying that. I think I'm earning more by doing tasks than they are by helping each other out. I think I figured that out. Well, this looks very Sylvari-like. A lot of plants. Let's see. What is this? I gotta knock those out. Big, huge worm monster. He's called a grub. And he's dead. Very Sylvari-like. I like the Sylvari. I do. What's your favorite race in Guild Wars 2? And let me know why. And if there was going to be an added playable race in the next expansion pack, which I do believe there will be another expansion pack, I think I'm looking at the spring of 2018. That's just my guess. I just made that up. Just like I'll figure out what I'm going to eat for dinner. I'll make something. But I just got a feeling it's going to be 2018. And what race in the game would you like to play? Some talk about different races that you could play. One obviously being Skrit, another one being Quaggan, so on and so on. There's just so many different races, some very few rare but very mystical kind of races. Or it would be really interesting if you could play a dwarf, I think. I know they're supposed to be extinct in the game. There's only like 1 or 2, and they're both dudes, so they can't procreate. But maybe you just open some kind of time portal, and they all come rushing in and repopulate the game with dwarfs. You could always find a way to make things work. That's the beautiful thing about literature. That's the great thing about movies. And that same concept trickles into video games. If you want to find a way to make something work, you can do it. Granted, some of it might be a bit sketchy, but the reality is, when you sign on for literature, you sign on for a movie, you sign on for a video game, you're a person who's willing to suspend their belief if you're going to get wrapped up in it. So you can make it believable. Trust me. I know this, and I'm not just speaking off the top of my head about this. I'm a guy who, before I was doing YouTube, has written 6 novels, all of which are unpublished, and close to 40 short stories, of which I've gotten half a dozen published in various periodicals, respectable periodicals. And the whole idea is with writing is to cover your bases, to make it plausible, to the fact like, okay, this could really happen. This is a possibility. This is why this character has been molded this way. And it's very, very interesting once you start to formulate those ideas, because it kind of trained my thinking. And when I see things in a video game, I kind of like make fun of what might be believable, what's not believable, but there's still that element of what people are willing to suspend their belief. And God, it's getting hot here. It is getting very hot, and it's probably because it is fire elemental. Ooh. Can I beat him? Yes, I can, and I get the hero point. Yes, we can be heroes. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this up sooner than later, because we got more videos to do. Thanks for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Leave your thoughts, ideas about Guild Wars 2, future videos in the comments. Luxeley saying, whatever it is by you, morning, afternoon, or night, be 100% certain to make it epic. Be well, guys.